Well, and in this tutorial I'll be teaching about, and I'll be talking about, and I'll be also programming about built-in types in Dart programming language. And yeah, in my previous tutorial I taught about numbers, booleans, strings. Now in this tutorial I'll be talking about list. So without wasting any time, let's go right on to the programming. And so what are lists? Lists are pretty much like arrays, as you can see here. So pretty much like you actually, in Dart it's called as a list, but actually it's like a array. So like you can just, yeah, specify the array, and like if you print out, yeah, you will print out the list, right? 1 2 3. But interesting thing is, like in Dart, we call them list. So in Dart, arrays are list. So uh, so so we call them list. It's not the array. Okay. So, and this is how we declare a list. So pretty much it's better to call them a list. All right. So actually you can also have a list of string list. You can have a string list, like you can have a ball, ball, cat. All right. You can also have pretty much list. As you can see here, you have a number list and a string list. And okay, as also the interesting thing that you have to understand is, like, the indexing of list starts from the one. Like for example, if I want to print the first indexed, I just have to start it from the 0, right? So it will be printing out apple. So the indexing is starting from the 0. Okay, and the last number is always the maximum length minus 1. Okay, so the last number is like string list dot length minus 1. Okay, so this is the final. If I want to print out the final item, is like is in this way. All right, so it printed out the final item, as you can see here, cat. All right, guys, and I should say yes, we can pretty much continue. Okay, also you can create a constant list. Bar my constant list is pretty much using constant 1 2 1 3 7. So now it's constant, so you cannot pretty much assign them. So if constant list of 0 cannot be assigned to 2, you cannot do that. Print constant list, let's see, obviously it's gonna give the error, as you can see here, unsupported operation index set, right? Because it's, we have declared as a constant list here. If you remove the constant list, now you can assign the list. So now the first item will be not 1, it will be 2. As you can see here, it's 2. You got it, guys? And yeah, we also have like pretty much a spread operator, which is pretty much like var my list number 2. Like I want to add more list, like list number 2, I will start it from 0, and like I use the spread operator and also add the list here. So what I'm doing here is pretty much this spread operator is taking the list, this list, and like pretty much inserting all the values of this list to this new list. Okay, so print, if you print out the list 2, guys, if you print out the list 2, let's remove this one, let's remove this printing of this one, let's also remove the printing of this one. So if you print out this, you see now your list also has list number 2 also have 0 at the initial and takes the item of the using the spread operators uh, take the list of items of this list and just copies them there, right? So pretty much we are using the spread operator to insert all the values of the list to another list. So there is also like a null over spread operator. So yeah, we can pretty much using this we can pretty much also use null aware, right? For the moment it's not necessary, it's like so that null aware operator is unnecessary as you can see here because it cannot be a, but sometimes you can like you want to have a null aware, right? Then when the list can be null sometimes, then yeah, maybe okay we can check list list 2 4 6 8. As you can see here, you cannot assign a value of type list int can be assigned to value of type int because a null aware cannot be assigned there. So you can see here dart infers to a list has a type list int, right? So if you try to add a non-integer objects to the list, the analyzer or the runtime error raises an error, right? So you cannot pretty much do that, guys. Okay, and also list 3 of type int yeah, because it's of type list of int, so you cannot pretty much assign to that type, right? So okay, and what else, guys? Let's take a null, maybe I can add a null here. So now I can add a non-null level to the list number 3 here, and let's see what's gonna print out. Okay, cool. You see it's like a nullable type, right? I can also have a nullable type here in the list. Okay, guys, so pretty much we are done with the list, I should say. Okay, so the final thing that I want to tell you is like about that also offers the collection if and collection for. So what is this collection if and collection for? So for example, if you have as in the example it has given here, like let's put a b c. So its collection if is like if like I can pretty much so if I can say what I can say if true, then add d, else you don't need else, right? You can let me check if I can put the else okay, yes, pretty much we can also put the else, but it's like collection if print so never what is this date code okay, because it's always true. Okay, and yeah, if you can see here, if true, you can also have a collection if, and also you can have a collection for. So for collection for, as you can see here, you can have a list strings of BB. You can have for I in list. I can pretty much print out the $I, right? So let me print out the list of strings and let me print out. Let's see what it will be the output. So the output should be AA, BB, and for each time, so 1 2 3, right? Because I'm just looping it with this list 1 2 3, and it's just printing out 1 2 3. Okay, so that's it guys for the list. I talked about the list and the various implementation of the list, right? The type of list, I mean like the type, the spread operator and nullable spread operators, the if collection type, and for collection for, and collection if, and yeah, that's it, the simple basic implementation of the list guys. So that's it. Now let's talk about the sets. Pretty much sets are also the same thing, like in a set in a Dart is a unordered collection of a unique items. So be careful about this concept. It's a collection of unique items, but it's unordered. Okay, so how do we use the list guys? So how do we do that? So list pretty much you can sorry, it's a sets, my sets, so you can pretty much specify the sets using this like A, B, C. Yeah, this is my set. So interesting thing is like sets is like set of a string guys, so be careful, so don't get confused with like if you and set, if you do it like this, it will automatically by default create not the set but the, you see, the map. So you have to pretty much specify the string to create a set. So now if you see here, it's a set, right? Before it was a, if you remove this, it will be automatically by default create you a map. Okay, so you have to, for creating a set, you have to pretty much specify the type using a string. Okay, so yeah, this is the another concept. And okay, now yeah, we can also actually pretty much specify a null type string. So you can add null, you can add 1, you can add 2, right? You can print now my set, and let's check out what's gonna print out. Yeah, you have printed out the set of null 1 and 2. Now yeah, you can also pretty much add to a set, right? My set dot add, you can add a value like you can add maybe let's add dd, and you can also actually add set add all add sorry add all. You can add all my sets. You can, if you want to add all these items of another set here, you can using add all. So pretty much in this new set I'm adding all items of this set, my set. So pretty much you can print out here now, right? And let's check out now. Your new sets will be like null 1 2 d d and a b c, right? And you can also like find the length of sets. Like let's see if let's not password, let's print out like for example the final items of the set is my set dot length -1 okay, sorry guys. Okay, it's not defined guys. Okay, okay, let's see. So actually you can check out all those methods that is implemented, right? You can have a first, you can have a length. Let's print the length. Let's print the length guys. The length of this is 7, so total items in this is 7. So let's first is a null. Okay, that's true. So pretty much you have all these items here. The last you can use a element at, yeah, not the get, element at maybe let's print out at 5. I want to see what's the element at 5 is b. Okay, so that's it guys. Okay, you can also create a constant set set const let's create a s1 s2 3 s4 4. So this is a constant set, so you cannot pretty much add a it's similar with the list, like you cannot add new items here, so it will create a sorry, not the const set, you cannot add like to find just set. If I try to do that, if I try to add a new to the constant, it will catch a exception, right? Cannot change on modified set. So it's like everything is it's like immutable, you know. You cannot change this set now. It's because it's a constant set. Okay, and similarly guys, you can also have like spread operators and nullable spread operators and collection if and for similarly for the sets. So like let's check about the spread operators, like set 2, and let's create a set and pretty much I can add the spread operator of my sets, print set 2, yeah, set 2 has because yeah, it's a constant, so let's remove this one. Okay, guys. Yeah, it's a new one sets. You can see that I'm using a similarly with the list. I'm also using here a spread operator for my sets, and I'm like getting all the items from my set and adding it to the new set, that is set 2, right? As you can see here, the output. And pretty much I can also use the nullable sets if my set is nullable, right? Like I can use with the m set, because m set is nullable, right? And print out, yeah, you see it's also the null values is getting printed here because it's a nullable type. And what else, like you can also have if and for similarly, like new sets, and I can use if true, then add new to 32. Okay, if you print out, yeah, it's a collection true new 32, or for yeah, you can also use pretty much like for, like as you did it here, right? Yeah, as you did it here. For we can use I in my, no, let's do it for const set print out I const set, sorry, let's yeah, similar is new one, and it's like s1 s22 and s44. That's it, guys. And now what's yeah, that's it, guys. And now let's talk about the, that was about the sets. Now let's talk about the maps. Okay, so yeah, similarly, what are the maps? In maps is object that associates every key with the value, right? And you can check out my map equals to, like your map has a key and a value, right? So how is it the key? The key, it can be my key 1 and my value 1. Okay, so you have like key 2 with the value 2. Okay, guys, that's it. And yeah, we can pretty much print this my map, and let's check what's it's gonna print out. You see, it's printed a map of key and value pair, right? And now so you can check out the notes here. It says the data info that gives has a type map string and always has a type map int. So also, like, the interesting thing is that you can have different keys, like you can have a key of as a string, or you can also have a integer, right? Like let me change it to, let me change the key to int, right? So let's print out again. So now you can have a key as a int and value as a string. Okay, so that's it. And same object in map constructor also, right? Like so let's use same object use a map constructor. So var using constructor like map, we can, I want a int and a string types of map, and I want map const I want the first with the value is a 1. Okay, const I want the second, I item with the key 1 2 to be 2. Okay, and now if I print map const, you will see you get an error here. Why isn't a type? Sorry guys, it's like this is the type actually. Okay, so now you can see, you see here the second map printed out. Let me print it again so that you'd be careful. Like is like 1 is the key, and this ONE is the value, 2 is the key, and TWO is the value, right? And yeah, this is the type for the key and this is the type for the value, right? And pretty much guys, like we can also create a const map, right? For example, if I create here const, I cannot modify this now. Like for example, I cannot add my map just number 2. I cannot put it and change the value to value 3 to no value 3. And if I try to print out my map, I will get an error, obviously, like because it's unmodifiable map, right? Okay guys, so yeah, that's it. I cannot do this because it's a constant. And yeah, similarly map also follows the similar pattern. Like it also has a spread operator, and it has a spread operator, and also it has like a nullable spread operator. Like map 1, let's create a map 1 with 1 2 1 2 2 2 2. Okay, and let's create a map 3, and like 3 okay, and let's use the spread operator. Map and let's try to, sorry guys, I'm using a var to use a var map 3. So let me print out this map 3. I comment this print map constant. Let's see. So I'm using a spread operator here. You see you have a 3, and then you have all these values that is from this my map. Yeah, similarly also you can use a not nullable here, right? As you can see, you can put a nullable map constant, like map const, let's put the third item as null. Okay, and let's me put map const, let's see what's gonna print out. Yes, yeah, 3 is null, 1 and 2